So, part 2. She and I had a conversation about pretty much everything that I mentioned in the last video. And the way that it started off, she was kind of interrupting me with a few things I was saying. And the way she did it, she was kind of, her voice was getting a little bit loud, and she kind of had a bit of a dominant demeanor overall. And not only that, but the way that she was looking at me was kind of like, you can tell the first tinges of irritation that a person has when they like first start interacting with you, or when they first notice you know what I mean? And it was also like, probably when I mentioned that I thought that a few of the things that she was doing was strange. I think that was probably part of it. And not only that, but as we progressed in that conversation, it got better, and she like became nicer and stuff. And then she was asking me for my birthday, and I was like, no, because I know that she's a phone psychic. And I actually was completely right, because she straight up said it one of the days later. And she was going by a fake name as well. And not only that, but we basically came to an agreement that like, she doesn't have to behave this way like she did when she was at home, because now she's with roommates who, we have to share the kitchen with. You're not at a house where somebody's going to get on you for just using the kitchen at the same time or whatever. So I thought everything was resolved, and she asked me for a hug and all that stuff, and I'm like, okay. But I also remember feeling a little bit uncomfortable, kind of being forced to accept some of her nice gestures. Like, sometimes if we were using the kitchen at the same time, like, I would spill something and she would immediately like clean it up for me, and I'm kind of like I can't tell her, no, don't do that, but at the same time I don't want to accept this, because I don't really know if there's an angle here. I don't know if she's going to use this in the future as a manipulation tactic, you know what I mean? Which is not something that I think about like any time that a person offers something nice to me. It's just usually when I don't know the person, and I kind of like see that they're being a little bit overly nice with no real reason behind it a little bit. It's just, it's different for every person. With her, I just didn't feel comfortable accepting a lot of her nice gestures, and sometimes I just kind of felt like, well, damn, if I say no, like, maybe I have to give a reason for it or something like that. But a little after that, I had like basically went out into the kitchen in the morning while I was on FaceTime with Jay, the same Jay that I mentioned in the last video. And she was kind of like she looked at me like she was a little bit shocked. And as I go in there, like looking in the kitchen and stuff, and like trying to get something out of the fridge, I noticed that she was like setting up these fruits and all that stuff. And she was hauling ass. She was hauling ass, and she was like trying to hurry up and put all these bags away and just get the fuck up out of there. And I was thinking, like, okay, that kind of looks like the same thing she's been doing, except she's, I don't know, she's a little bit faster this time. I don't know, but I end up noticing that she left the front door open. Not just unlocked, I'm talking about open. Like, it was actually cracked open. Like, almost like she didn't even try to close it. And not only that, but when I looked in the fridge again, there was an open half of a tomato in the fucking fridge that was just tossed on top of other groceries. I'm like, what the hell? Like, there's only one person that would do this kind of thing. And so I go and knock on her door while I'm on FaceTime, and I'm like, you left the door open. And she gets into that mode again, like she's eager to please. She goes and follows me out there, and she goes to check on it, even though I just told her that I closed it. And I don't want to say it again because I don't want to come off as extra rude, but like, come on now. Come on. And that was not the only time that she did something like that too. Like, she left the bathroom window closed after taking a really hot shower in there, so it was completely moist. I let her know, like, you know, make sure you open that window next time. And I go in the bathroom. She comes back out because she was gonna go close it, but I'm in the bathroom and she's like, okay. I'm like, you see, I'm going in there. Obviously, I'm gonna do it myself, but like, come on, next time, just get with it. So I ended up basically saying saying it in the group because I had to leave. I didn't have time to have yet another discussion with her after we just had a fucking discussion about this shit, you know? So I basically put in the chat, I'm like, hey, like, it seems like every time I use that kitchen, you're trying to hurry up and leave. Like, you don't want to see me in there. Or, like, we're not supposed to be in there at the same time. And was that your open half of the tomato in the fridge? And then after that, she writes this long-ass paragraph that's like, it seems like living by the kitchen is really hard for you because you're just always unhappy. I have tried. It's always something with you. I get scared that it's always something with you, but I'm not going to walk on eggshells anymore. Is there anything else you want? You know, you had put the entire apartment in danger. And she put a caution emoji. Yeah, there was a fire. I always have to check what you neglect. First of all, that fire that happened was not because I was trying to haul ass out of the kitchen. It was because I used the wrong damn thing. Not only that, but she's comparing apples to fucking oranges. She left that shit open because she didn't want to be in the kitchen while I was in there. Or on FaceTime. Even though she was not in the FaceTime video at all. What the fuck? I don't even know what to say at this point. But basically, she went off on me after that. And I was, it's like, she kind of like made it this back and forth thing. Almost like she wanted to call out what I've done worse. And she's like, your hygiene habits are the worst I've ever seen. I just never wanted to mention it because I was too embarrassed to mention it to men. Like, what? And I was like what? Like? She didn't answer. Because I do not have bad hygiene at all. I fucking clean up after myself and all that shit. So I told her, I was like, you know, I expected a bit more maturity from someone double my age. And she's like, my maturity is my business. Don't ostracize me. You are out of hand criticizing me. And then she claimed that I was harassing her. I'm like, oh my God, bro. Like, I can claim the same shit about you because I really hate whenever people make themselves out to be victims. I fucking hate that so much. Especially when it's something that I can easily reverse back on your ass. I can claim that you're the one harassing me. Not only that, but you're making me feel like a threat in my own fucking home because the way that she leaves whenever I'm in the kitchen with her, she does it almost like she's scared of me. Almost like I told her, get out of here or else I'm going to beat your ass. And people have never been scared of me my entire life, dude. No. Nobody has ever been scared of me my entire life. In fact, most people don't even take my ass seriously because of how young I am. Not only that, but I'm just not an intimidating person at all. So she ended up blocking me as if we don't live together. I'm like, what the fuck? She fucking blocked me for that, dude? Like, what? And Jay also told me that Indians do not use name brand things. I don't know if that's true. Let me know in the comments if that shit is true, because if it is, holy shit, I cannot imagine living a life like that. Oh my goodness. Oh my fucking goodness. Because I did try to give her bounty rolls, and I left them on the floor because I thought she was gonna pick them up and use them. She never did. But she put in the chat, our bounty is in the hallway where we walk. I'm like, I literally gave those to you. What are you talking about? And I also straight up asked her, I was like, is it a cultural thing or are you genuinely scared of me? And why are you scared of me? She refused to answer. I fucking messaged about it multiple times and she refused to answer. Is it a cultural thing or are you scared of me? Refusal of answer. So at this point, I don't know what else to say.